Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you guys can see by the title of the video, I'm going to be talking about all things pins. Before we get started, I just wanted to let you guys know I have some exciting news. Honestly, I wanted to say it in the previous video, but I felt like it wasn't fitting, and this one is a little bit more. And that is because I am going to Florida this year with my family. I'm so excited. We go in August. I can't give all the deets yet, literally because we don't have them to, but we are a couple months away and I'm so excited. Like I mentioned in my previous video too, I'm just trying to get done with summer classes, midterms, final exams, all that stuff, and then I'm gonna lock in and hopefully pump out more videos. I'm here to give you guys some tips and tricks on really all types of pins, you know, like from Universal, Islands of Adventure, Disney, and Epic now. Now, I'm not an expert by any means. I know there's some diehard fans who have been collecting for years. This is just from my experience. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I would say is where to start. I feel like a lot of people ask themselves that, which is totally normal and understandable. I would just say, you know, they actually have specific stores in each park. Obviously, you'd have to look them up. I can't like name them off the top of my head, but they're usually like right at the entrance because, you know, they're trying to sell them to you. But I know for Disney specifically, I'm gonna be talking about like they like sell them in like packs of 4 or like on a lanyard, or and they're just like traditional pins, you know, and you buy it so that you can either collect them or trade them off. So the next thing, what to display them on. For me personally, when I first started collecting, now again, it wasn't something where I was like, I'm gonna collect. It literally just happened out of nowhere. Honestly, half of my collection is made up of my mom's pins. She was so gracious to give me hers because she saw I started to display them and collect them. So you can totally, you know, buy them, bring them home and display them like on a little cork board or a lanyard like I mentioned earlier. Now I know they sell like these pin folio things are becoming super popular. I'm pretty sure you guys know what I'm talking about. But yeah, thing I'm sure a lot of y'all are familiar with, and that's pin trading. Now again, I'm not an expert in this area. This could be a whole separate video in and of itself. But from what I know, you literally take a pin and trade it off. Now I know there's certain rules you have to follow. Even like when you go to the parks, a lot of times you'll see cast members with a board of pins displaying and you can trade off with them. Sometimes they even have like these exclusive mystery ones where you answer, or they ask and you answer a trivia question and you can trade off that. I've personally never pin traded just because sometimes they do have real or fake ones, so you have to keep an eye out for that, which leads me to my next tip and trick. How can you tell if a pin is real or fake? Again, from the basics of what I know, sometimes you can look at the backing of them or literally the front solely, and you can tell like, okay, they probably don't sell this in the parks, and just, or it looks off. But if you don't care about that type of stuff, then do you. Tip and trick. This might kind of sound like I'm pointing out the obvious, but pick the one you like. Duh, because that's literally what I do. I know this whole rave also has become popular about, you know, unboxing them or collecting a whole set, which honestly, I give props to anyone that does that. But me personally, I don't have the money or the time to be doing that. But I think it is very clever of Disney specifically, because I know it's more popular on that side of town to be doing that. But yeah, I think that could be a fun way to start collecting as well, but just know it can become addictive. Which leads me into my last and final tip and trick. Obviously, pin collecting can become addictive. I mean, just collecting anything in general can or foul. I obviously see no harm or foul into doing it, obviously as long as you're respectful and following the rules and guidelines for these parks. Again, I know they sell pins everywhere now, even Universal Island and Epic, like I mentioned. Some of them even have ears now too, which is insane. Like when I was younger, I would like collect Squinkies, Shopkins, silly bands, like Do any of y'all remember that? But yeah, you guys, those are all my tips and tricks. Hopefully this helped, especially for beginners. If you guys enjoyed, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.